Writing standard DBQ essays. Step 3. Bucket the evidence. This is part 4 of an 8-part series on how to write standard DBQ essays in history. Each video covers a different step in the writing process. You can watch them all consecutively or come back to review individual steps as needed. Every document I reference will always be available for download in the video description. Once you've accomplished the reading, annotating, and labeling, it's time to start fashioning an answer to the historical question. Step 3 asks you to bucket the evidence. The word bucketing is an informal way of saying organize or categorize the documents to reveal patterns and eventually some answers. Let me show you how to do this with our Rome documents. This table shows the 6 documents we analyzed and the labels we came up with for each. Again, there is no exact right or wrong way to label your documents. You're fine as long as you've got a label that effectively captures the point of the document. These are all the labels I wrote down in blue during Step 3. As you can see for Document 1, Cultural or Social, 2, Invasions and Taxes, 3, Loss of Confidence in Leaders and Political Instability, 4, Laziness of the cultural variety and military decline, 5, Military weakness, and 6, Barbarian invasions. Here are all the documents again, this time represented as balls hovering over the 3 empty buckets. My job now is to put the balls that go together in the same bucket. For example, Document 2, Invasions and Taxes, has a lot in common with Document 6, Barbarian Invasions. They're basically talking about the same thing. So I take these two and I put them in the first bucket. This leaves me 4 documents. I notice that Document 4 and Document 5 are both about issues with the military, so I throw them in bucket 2. This leaves my last 2 documents. Both are conveniently about failings in the culture of Rome, and they'll go in the third bucket. When you're doing this, it might be helpful to actually cut out the documents so that you can physically stack and move them. Using real buckets may not be necessary. Understand that every DBQ is different, and they may not all be as easily categorized as this one. You can have more than 3 buckets and more than 6 documents. You may have some buckets with 2 documents and others with 3. You can't have a bucket with only 1 document. If you've got something like that on your hands, it means that your labels are probably too specific and should be revised or reconfigured. Remember, just about all the documents will have something in common with each other. Your goal is to find suitably specific and relevant reasons to group them. Again, it takes practice. Now that I've got my documents in buckets, it's time to label the buckets. Go for something simple here. 1 or 2 word labels are probably best. My first bucket can be labeled Invasions. The second one, Failed Military. And the third, Cultural Decline. With my documents organized into logical groupings, my claims are starting to emerge. Part 5 will be all about writing those claim sentences.